Good, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. This is Uncle Chile, and this is Uncle Chile platform on YouTube, famously known as Identity Fridays. So move to YouTube and just subscribe to the channel. Identity Fridays is our name. Uncle Chile is the host. Welcome on board. This is a home where we help you fix your fears, help you fix your doubt, help you unlearn the things that you've learned in life, help you overcome the overthinking part of you, the overreacting that you always go through. We help you overcome those suicidal thoughts, and we help you reconnect with the spirit of the Creator. Welcome on board. It shall be an amazing fellowship. We know it's Friday, and when it's Friday, everybody is everywhere. You would have loved to be somewhere watching your favorite movie. You would have loved to be somewhere taking two for the road. You would have loved to be somewhere just chilling with guys and having these stories, playing cards, playing all these funny games. But you said, you know what? Nah, I have to attend Uncle Chile and make sure that I get some few insights on how to fix my identity. It's a pleasure to have you here. We welcome you on board. It's an amazing fellowship. As you come in, kindly tell us where you're watching us from, because we want to shout out to people from your area code. So karibuni sana. If you would like to interact with us, time is now. You can actually start calling us through the contact that we provide. I pinned it on YouTube, 0707 2020 74. 0707 2020 74. That is the line you can actually make your contact through and start asking those questions, because I know that most of you have a problem. Somebody is saying can't hear you. If you're on my YouTube, kindly confirm if my sound is clear. My people on YouTube, just wave to confirm that my sound is clear. And my people on TikTok, let me start saying hi to all of you. Yeah, my sound is very clear, Pauline. I don't know if it's your place. I think it's your phone, Pauline, or your laptop, or your television. Kate Nduta, I see you. Good evening from Utawala, this Purity Wamboy. I see Chehe 39. Doc, how do you fix? Hey, fix again. Fix the identity, not the legs. Today's identity is not legs. Mrembe Daktari, Kamulu here. Kamulu, Uvendi. Jambo sana. Gatimi watching from Southampton. Amazing. Locked in from Syokimau, Uncle Chile. Kipindi napenda sana, the devil within. Amazing. Actually, today it is the demon in your head. Leave it. It is the demon in your head. The devil is within you, okay? Overcome that devil. Do not allow the devil to control you from within, and then you want to blame the external environment, thinking that the devil is without. It is within. Fix it. South Africa, Nels Prut. This is Timothy Malohle. Amazing. Heavy D from South Africa, I see you. I see Mrembe Daktari, Kamula, I've said hi to you. Who else is here? I see somebody from Kitengela to Locked. This is Ndechman. Amazing. As you come in, kindly consider liking the live. And the reason why you like the live is not for fun, is because we want it to reach more people. We want to make sure that we take this show to the next level. And the real situation is that this show is going to be on the next level. I can assure you that for free. Now, if you're somebody who is still on Health and Wellness Sport, the YouTube channel that we know that is that deals with matters health conditions, please shift. We are not on Health and Wellness Sport on YouTube. We are on Uncle Chile. Amazing. On YouTube, my people are here. So be kind. You can share the live on your WhatsApp status, in those Facebook platforms that you own. You can share it on your stories. You can share it in that WhatsApp group, your home WhatsApp group, your family WhatsApp group. And tonight, we are going to tell you to stop calling people friends, because that's you trying to condition people to behave in a way that pleases you. Therefore, there are no friendships. That's a title that makes you manipulate people. We're going to talk about that. It shall be amazing. I see Joa Boboge is in Maseno. Ndani ya Maseno. Wapi? Mabungo? Ama umekaribia Ebusakami. Joa Boboge. Where are you in Maseno? I see Waithira from Juja South, represented Javan Leo. Javan, we celebrate you, brother. You've been so supportive to the platform. Thank you. I see Adesua I Rise. Jen Mwendo is in the building. I see Kate Nduta. I see Jay Opande. Karibu sana. Kariuki Njagi. Oh, Nagi. Once again, we do it. Look from Gilgil town. Amazing. Watu wa Nakuru County, we see you. Pauline Wangoi, sound on please. Sound is clear. Greetings, Catherine Mudoni. Pauline, I see you. I see Will Cheru. I see Surface in the building. I see Rai Alfredo. Greetings, Uncle Chile. Sound is okay. Molo is locked in. Molo in the building. Karibu. From Kampala, Jesse, I see you. I see Kin Microflix. Hey, what a name. Babylon Boss. Identity Friday. Kin Microflix. The Babylon Boss. So you are bossing Babylon, Kin. Hi. From Uganda. I'm really fascinated in health teachings. Kudos. Mungu akubariki. Thank you so much, brother. We are doing God's work, and we will do it until everybody gets it. And I told you guys, right now, health and wellness sport looks to be the biggest thing because it has more followers, it has a lot of information about health, and we do this all through. But Identity Friday is going to become the big thing. Trust me. You can trust me on this, and you can take it to the bank. Give me only a year and you'll see what I'm talking about, because this is where health begins. You must fix the inside world before thinking about fixing the physical world, because 99.9999% of your problems are spiritual battles. Now, you might lose a battle here and there, but do not lose the war. 99% of problems that we suffer from are spiritual battles, and they can be handled easily through a spiritual battle or a spiritual aspect. Again, remember, all human beings across the world, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your race, all human beings are suffering from the same problem. They suffer from the same problem, identity problems. So therefore we decided, you know what, we must fix that gap. You thinking you're depressed? No, you're not depressed. They've made you to be convinced you're depressed. Do you have suicidal thoughts and you're thinking, you know what, this is the end of the world? No, you don't have suicidal thoughts. Why do you pick the identity of your thoughts? You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are evil at all times about everything, except practical and functional thoughts. Like right now, we're having a conversation. That is a true thought. Stick to that. Stay present. Any thought that is taking you into the future and into the past is a lie. God did not design you to think about the future, to be ambitious. No, God designed you to serve Him. And the only way to serve Him is to stay present and stick in a silent prayer. Drop all the thoughts in your head. Mukira Yvonne, I see you locked in from Meru. Thank you so much for coming in. I see Rose Mbevi. Amazing. Now you can share this show on all platforms that you're in. Why? Because numbers matter. You can share it in all platforms. Let them ignore, but share it to those platforms. Just the same way you share the other platforms, share this platform in that WhatsApp group that you're in right now. Allow them to come in. Possibly, most of them are still thinking that they are emotional, that the enemy is outside. Maybe they are thinking you are their enemy. Some of your relatives don't like you. They are thinking you are the hell in this in this family. They don't like you. Yeah, but you're there. So they're looking at you and thinking one day you just go on a piki bus, we forget about you. But you're still here. You know why? Because you don't have anger. But they have anger. So they need such conversations to actually fix their own problems. And you, because you've seen the light, you can actually shed the light to them. Because by lighting their candle, the light becomes brighter. The room becomes even more brighter. But that does not mean your candle goes off. No. So share it, like the live, invite somebody, and let's begin. Now, the demon inside your head. Yeah? The demon inside your head. And if you've seen, I've actually put there a label on this title of this program, that do you think, and this is a question to all of you, we call it a question of the day, or a question of the week. Do you think you have control over your anger, or anger is controlling you? Yeah. Tumeanza. Do you think you have control over anger? You even call it your anger, my anger. I control my anger. So do you think you have control over your anger? Or do you think anger is controlling you? Which one do you think is working for you? So as we have this conversation, that will be our baseline. Okay? Because I have realized I have conversation with people, I ask them if they have anger, they are constantly running. And as they run, the only answer they give you is, you know what? I have control over my anger. When I am angry, I walk away. The weird part is you walk away, but you did not drop the anger, so you walked away with the anger. This is one of the reasons why you will do a mistake, or you will offend somebody, or you will shout at somebody, or lash and remove and ease those emotions to somebody. Some of you shout at your mates, your house helps. Some of you shout at your children. Some of you shout at your husbands and your boyfriends. Some of you shout at yourself. Some of you crack things in the house when you're angry and you think they have made you angry. And then once you crack as long as you've not hurt somebody, you've just cracked the cups and the glasses all over, you go out. Now you say, oh, you know what? This is how I handle and I control my anger. So I'm going to cool down and I'll come back and we can talk about it later when I'm easy. I hear that all the time. Oh, no, no, no. You will overreact to circumstances because you have anger inside you. You will apologize. And guess what? The same spirit that tells you to overreact is the same spirit that tells you go and apologize. You are not apologizing because it's the right thing to do. No, you are apologizing because somebody is talking to you in your ears. There's a spirit that is controlling you. And that spirit tells you if you apologize, you will feel better. The guilt will go. So you're going to apologize to do away with the guilt, not because you mean it. And once you apologize, you feel better. You feel better. Some of you are using each other. We use each other all the time. You're using a girlfriend or a wife for the sex. Men use women for sex. And that's why to men, sex is either pleasure or pressure. You are easing pressure or you're getting the pleasure. So you're busy there doing this act, and in your head there is nothing attached to it. You're just easing the pressure. Or you're getting the pleasure. So you're using these women to feel pleasure or to ease pressure. Women on the other side, they're using sex as a transactional tool so that they can actually get favors from you. They know if they give you this, you'll give them this. If they hold back the sex, you will get to give them attention. So they are dying for the attention. So they will hold back because they read in a book that you can hold back for 90 days and you will have attention from a man. And the same guy who wrote that book has a messed up marriage. There's another one in Kenya who advises you about relationships but has a failed relationship totally, and now he has this perfect, I call it perfect in quotes, relationship with the daughter. The time he was trending for touching the doctor in inappropriate ways. So this is a platform that is going to help you fix your emotions. It's going to help you know that overreacting is just you. The problem and the demon is inside you. This is going to make sure that your doubt and fears are gone. Some of you tell me, you know what, you've exposed a lot of secrets in the health department and you might end up being short. You need to take care of yourself. And I'm like, nah, I don't need to take care of myself. I need to do what I have to do because I'm here for a reason. It's a purpose. I'm called for that. So imagine if somebody puts a bullet between my eyes tomorrow and boom, I'm dead. You guys will pretend Doctor was sharing good information. Doctor was, this was the best doctor. You even go on TikTok live, mchange pesa. After that, 1 year down the line, I'm forgotten like crazy. Yeah, so I understand that. So therefore, don't sell me your fear. If you are afraid, that is you. Don't sell me the fear. Don't tell me about how they'll clear me out. No. I understand you are in the darkness. Therefore, you understand fear is your portion, and that is okay. That is okay. But the moment you come and see light, you realize there's no fear. All those things that you're actually afraid of are actually inside you. So you're actually afraid of yourself. And that is anger. You are angry at yourself because you cannot control, you cannot dominate. You cannot live up to your purpose. So you're wondering, how does this guy come here and say all these things? And he's not even afraid like me. If I was the one doing these things, I'll be so afraid. I'll be hiding somewhere in Barbados, in the hills of Himalayan, just licking Himalayan pink salt. Amazing. All right, so we help you fix your fears. We help you fix your doubt. Those thoughts that are in your head that are constantly tormenting you. We tell you, hey, you know what? Calm down. You are not your thoughts. So do not take identity of your thoughts, because those thoughts have been put there by somebody and they are dominating you, they are manipulating you, and they are making you feel less of a human being. So therefore, overcome those thoughts. We help you to stop overthinking. We help you know that you don't love people. You're only supposed to love God, and through that, God will give you love too, so that other people can actually share that. But the moment you start thinking you love people, whatever you love becomes your God, so it controls you. So if you love your children, those children become your God. They control you. Now that takes you away from the love of God. Now you love your children. You're saying, I love my children, I love my mother. I can do anything for my mother. Because that's how you've been taught. You are so attached to your mother, and now you become just like her. You are so emotional, you're angry, and you're evil just like your mother. And when somebody tells you out this, you cannot stand it. Some ladies will ask you, you know what? I just want you to be honest with me. And then they cannot stand the honesty. They tell you, please be honest with me. And if you tell them, you know what, I have just laid your friend the last 20 minutes. Actually, I'm coming from the house of your friend and I've just laid her seriously for the last 2 hours. They go mad. They can't stand the truth. But they wanted the honesty, right? Some men will tell you, hey, babe, please tell me the truth. What happened with your boss? And then you tell them, you know what, today I left you in the bed in the morning when you are very, very, very strong and you wanted to give me some strokes, but I went and I lied to you, I'm going for a meeting. Yet I just went to the boss and the boss did these things to me. Can you stand that truth? Are you able to stand that truth from your wife? That you are left in that bed, erect as crazy. And then wife told you, hey, please, no, let me just go to work. There's a meeting, I'll come back. See, I'm your wife, I'll come back. Yet she disappeared to go to the office and get some strokes from her boss. Because the boss has now become the new provider. And you there sleeping in that bed, you're waiting to share bills with her, and then you're blaming her. And then you're thinking you can stand the truth. Can you? Can you stand the truth? Or you're just there saying, oh, babe, please tell me the truth. Can you stand the truth? Can you? So we help you also overcome the suicidal thoughts, the depressive thoughts. Thoughts that actually make you think you love people when you don't even have love. Thoughts that send you into the future, to just live in the future that you don't even have. Thoughts that lie to you that you have an ambition. Which ambition? When you don't have it now. The only ambition you should have is living in the present. That's your ambition. So living in the future that you don't even have is a waste of your time. This is the home of that. So as angry people think that they can do more than they really can. Hello? An angry person thinks that they can actually do more than they really can. Like living in the future and having ambitions. You're constantly thinking, you know what, I cannot do it now, but I'll do it in the future. A waste of your time. So angry people, they think they can do more than they really can. So are you that person? If you have that in your head, simply know. If you're thinking about being richer, nitaomoka, you're very angry because you're thinking you can do much than you can actually do now. And the signs of anger, we'll talk about these examples of things that are actually making you an angry person. However, allow me to introduce my platforms. One, on YouTube I have Health and Wellness Spot, a very important platform if you want to learn anything about health conditions in a summarized language. Number two, 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗦 on YouTube, the platform that we are live on right now. A very, very healthy platform, and that platform is intended to help you fix your spiritual aspect of life. And through that, your physical aspect of life and your mental aspect of life will be in order. Number three, we have a platform on TikTok. If you're on TikTok right now, kindly just follow this platform, Health and Wellness Spot. Number four, I have a platform on Telegram called Health and Wellness Spot. You're missing out if you're not on that platform. Simply go and join a generation of people who understand the language that we speak all the time. Health and Wellness Spot on Telegram. That's where we release every single information about things because there's no limitations on Telegram. The other platforms, they limit information and they limit you from learning something. So join Health and Wellness Spot. On Facebook, I have a platform called 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗥𝗢𝗦, a very good platform. 87,000 people go there and join the platforms. Why am I requesting you to join these platforms? It's because they are mini libraries. Okay? If you just go on my timelines and just read what I post, you will learn so much about health, you'll even be surprised. You'll actually know now you've become a doctor without even going to a medical school. Number two, we whip you when need be. When you realize you're bringing in emotions, we have to whip you hard. Because sometimes it's good to rebuke the devil inside you. We have to show you that the demon inside you has to be rebuked and it cannot be just misbehaving to everybody. And that we remind you the problem is you and not the external environment. Okay? So go and join these platforms because one day you might wake up and one of these platforms is not there. So you still benefit anyway, or either way. Okay? And then we have merchandise that we do sell. One, we do sell fermented cabbages, the Health and Wellness Spot or Hose fermented cabbages at Imenti House, second floor, shop number 60. There's a gentleman called Brian Omwenga. He will serve you very, very diligently. Number 2, we have coffee. I understand that coffee went out of stock but is coming in possibly the following week. So roasted and grounded coffee coming in. Number 3, we have a lot of stuff like mugs. These mugs, some mug that is branded with the Health and Wellness Sport logo is coming in again. And also t-shirts and notebooks. All of them shall be available this coming week at Imenti House. So you can actually make a call and be sure to get yours and enjoy these things. And then we have our physical consultations that happen in Nairobi. So we are going to Nairobi from the 25th of this month, that is Tuesday, all the way to the 5th of April. So we'll be in Nairobi providing our services to you in terms of physical consultations and also online consultations. You can start booking those appointments through the office contact, that is 0707 07 47 22. 0707 07 47 22. That is my office contact. Send a text through WhatsApp. You will send your name and what you want from us. They will communicate to you on how to book an appointment, and then it will be communicated prior to those days and prior to you coming to visit us. So you'll do a booking, you'll be slotted in, and you'll be communicated the time of coming. So physical consultations, they will begin on 25th of this month all the way to the 5th of April. Online consultations are still ongoing. So make your converse with us through WhatsApp. Please send a WhatsApp message. Do not call that contact. 0707 07 47 22. 0707 07 47 22. Amazing. So we've said, if you're one gentleman or you're one lady who, you're constantly ambitious, thinking that you have to make it tomorrow, or you are suffering now so that you can actually make it tomorrow, a waste of time. That is a sign of anger. That is a sign of inadequacy. That's a sign of control from an evil spirit. Number 2, if you're somebody who thinks that you can actually help others, the Jesus in the house. If you're somebody who thinks that everything you're doing is for the sake of helping others, you're an evil person. If one day you realize you're walking on the streets and you see somebody and they did not ask you for help and you decided, I think these ones are suffering, so let me help them. You are an evil person because you've passed a judgment over people. Who told you they are suffering? They did not ask for anything from you. So who told you that now you're that good person and now that you have more than enough you can actually share? Don't you think those people are an exam to you? They have to teach you a lesson? So anytime you see somebody and you think this is a beggar, evil. Anytime you see somebody and you think they are suffering, therefore they need my help. Who are you to help? People need to suffer so that they can actually endure the suffering, and through that they get to know God. So until they call up unto God, they will keep on suffering. It doesn't matter how much you will give them at that moment in time. Who do you think will give them tomorrow? Or are you that person who will tell me, oh, don't worry, God will provide tomorrow? Do you even have tomorrow? So the moment you think somebody is suffering, actually you're the one who is suffering. Because you're an evil person and you've passed a judgment already. Unless they ask for help from you, don't ever pass a judgment. If you're somebody who is very corrupt, you steal and think you just go away with it, you're an evil person. You are an evil person, and this happens all the time. And I want you to look at the lives in the ghettos. People in the ghetto have this mindset that they are in the ghetto or that they are broke or poor because that person there is rich. This even happens with your siblings, sibling rivalry. So your sister, your brother, they are thinking that their problems are because you have it. Possibly you're one who God has actually shown some light and you have some resources here. And then they don't have it because all siblings cannot be the same. Some of them, until they seek God and overcome their anger, they will suffer. So now they have to portray or channel that anger towards you because they are thinking the reason why they are broke is because you are rich. So you have made them poor. That's the mindset of the poor people. Poor people are constantly thinking that the rich are the reason why they are poor. Imagine that mentality. Somebody in the ghetto busy complaining about another person in Karen. That I am who I am because those guys are not providing employment. This is the same mentality in the people who are living in the West. The blacks are constantly complaining, the whites, white supremacy and all that. A waste of your time. So you're always complaining about people and other people and thinking your problems are because they are. I am because they are. That's a waste of time. You are because you are. And you deserve to be where you are until you overcome the anger and emotions and you stop identifying with your own thoughts. You will suffer. So you can do better if you want to. But as much as you constantly complain, imagine the rich person where they are. They're actually trying to fix problems for the poor. That's why they are creating employment. And you are thinking, oh, you know what? Sisi ni maskini kwa sababu wale wako nayo. And then you say, money goes where money is. That's the talk that is out here. Pesa inaenda pale kuna pesa ingine. Money goes where... So you've actually identified with poverty and you'll stick there until you overcome that thought. Constantly saying, siku moja nitaomoka. Siku moja. And you even, what are you doing now? If any case, today is the healthiest you'll ever be. And today is the most sick you will ever be. Or the most unhealthy you will ever be. Today is the richest you will ever be. And today is the poorest you will ever be. Today is the fattest you will ever be. Today is the thinnest you will ever be. Today, there's nothing like kesho. Today, right now, it is the richest you'll ever be, and today is the poorest you'll ever be. So who told you that because you're suffering now, tomorrow you'll become rich? You don't even have 1 minute from now. So who told you tomorrow will be there? You don't have it. And now you get depressed because whatever the ideas that are coming into your head from the spirit of evil that you've allowed to build a home in you, that is controlling you through your own thoughts, those thoughts are actually getting you depressed. You're looking at other people, comparing yourself. Look at your college mates or your high school mates. Some of them, they went and became better people than you, and they were the worst in school. Right? And now you're looking at them. If you meet them in the streets, you want to run away because you're ashamed of yourself, because you don't appreciate who you are at this moment in time. So you're constantly living in the future and comparing yourself with other people. Some of you don't like even being black. You want to be as light as the other one. Now you go and buy all the chemicals to change your skin tone, and look at you. Some of you thought that being fat is the solution to life. You will now get the attention that you really want. And then you became fat. And then you realize that attention is not even there. And when you were thin, people were saying thick thighs are saving lives. And then you became fat and didn't realize, people are calling you, Yeah, the cellulites are all over you. Now you have to hide yourself. Some of you thought losing weight is the solution to life. You lost the weight and then everybody who you wanted to attract ran away, because in your head, you are not losing weight for health goals. You are losing weight to attract somebody. Some of you, your status on WhatsApp is always a silent message to somebody. And then when you realize that person has not watched or seen that status, you get so upset. You are checking your status every 5 minutes to see if that person who you targeted has seen it. They have not seen it. Now you have to put another one so that he can see it. Sometimes you block everybody and leave him so that if he comes and sees it, you know this one is the one. But the guy actually muted your status. He doesn't even care. You get the thrill for a short period of time by posting a naked photo on the internet. Everybody's lusting at your thighs. The only thing you don't understand is you'll attract who you are. So those who are actually lusting for you on Telegram, lusting on you on your thighs on Instagram, those are the same people that you are from inside, because you put out that image to attract a fake person, because you're fake. That's not you. That is you listening to your thoughts. And then you became your thoughts. You identified your thoughts, and the thoughts are where the evil spirit lives. In your heart is where the scripture is. In your heart is where the life and the kingdom is. But you failed to listen to your heart and started listening to your thoughts. And you became your thoughts. Now you're busy looking for love, looking for somebody to accept you, looking for this validation all over. And then you realize, oh, I've done this, there's no validation. Allow me to remind you this. There's something that has been trending on TikTok, and it's called useless things I got my baby. Ladies and gentlemen, useless things I got my baby. For those of you who did not see that, let me take you through this story. So ladies, as much as they want to overthink things, now this became serious. So they sat down under a tree and they overthought, and the devil controlled their thoughts. They went into their imagination and decided, you know what? I am unable to raise this child alone. Yeah? So this mistake that I made, they call those things mistakes. They call their children mistakes. And then they label themselves single mothers. I told you there's nothing like a single mother. Nature made you a mother. You are a mother. You're not a single mother. You did not get pregnant on your own. So stop telling us I am a single mother. You're not a single mother. You're a mother. Single mother is a stupid and a very useless title that you people have adapted. So ladies decided, you know what? When I listened to my thoughts and I fell for my emotions, I opened up my legs for a man who was irresponsible, who was fake just like me. So I presented an image on Instagram of a guy who is fake. I went on TikTok and posted my filtered videos. And a man who was fake and pretended to be financially stable got attracted to me, because all of us are just fake and emotional. A man who had an identity of his mother in his heart, very emotional, and thinks that he can actually find love in women, fell for you. And you guys were using each other. At that moment in time you're having sex, there was no baby in your head. All of you were chasing an ejaculation and an orgasm. All of you found it. Only that now one had to carry the consequences of that ejaculation for 9 months. So you had options, but you decided, you know what, I'm going to carry this baby. At that moment in time, you made an emotional decision. First, you got to have sex with somebody you're not married to. Mistake. You got married, you got attracted to somebody who actually got attracted to you because all of you are fake and are evil. Another mistake. Now you brought in a child. That child is very innocent in this story. And you decide, you know what? Now because I've tried to raise this child alone and I'm unable. And ladies will tell men this. Oh, unajua mimi usijali, mimi nitaraise tu mtoi, sitakusumbua. So a man ejaculated and realized, oh, post-nut clarity. Where? I have just ejaculated and she said she's unsafe. And then this lady thought she's going to trap you because of the pregnancy. Whoa, ladies, you cannot trap a man because of a pregnancy. I'll assure you that multiple times. You can't. This guy came chasing an ejaculation. You came chasing an orgasm and acceptance and validation. He gave you that. Then you guys had an agreement. You are not raped. You went ahead and had sex and you got pregnant. You gave birth to a child. And now you realize, your eyes now opened up, that it is very difficult for a woman to raise a child on their own. You realize that. Once you realize that, now the devil started being louder in your head. Oh, please, please. And then now, one of you decides to come out with a trending topic. That useless things I got for my baby. And guess what you do? Because you are lonely, because of course you are empty from inside. So you are lonely, you have doubt, you have fear, you have concerns. You're thinking about the future of your child, which is not even there. You decide, you know what? Now it's time for us to shine. So all the evil ladies got collected together and they decided, we are going to post our evil partners, aka the baby daddies. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with, I saw a woman who decided to post a gentleman who has taken time to build his brand. Normally, I don't talk about brands because I don't believe people have brands. But of course, in the social space, you people have brands. We don't have even reputations to protect, but I know you people have reputations to protect. That's why you're always chasing brands. So if you don't find endorsements, you are as useless as you came. That's why you cannot do anything consistently. You are doing it because you want to attract brands so that you can actually make money. Your identity is money, a waste of your space. So this guy has built his brand over some time now. He has gotten into problems here and there, of course, because he's a mama's boy and all that. But he has gotten into problems and come out, and now a lady comes out and posts this title, useless things I got for my baby, and posts that child, a useless idea. Ladies, why do you put your children on the internet? Posted a child, and then posted a guy claiming that this guy is the baby daddy. Yeah? Emotions took over, and she posted and saying that this is the baby daddy. Yeah, she actually went on a live to just talk about how this guy ran away from responsibilities. How many times shall we ever learn? We are so emotional. And then everybody of you, all the single ladies were there trying to relate with her, trying to console her, and they were looking at the other guy as the worst guy. They even went there. Munasemanga ati, occupy. Because you are so angry from inside, you went and occupied the space of this guy, trying to make all these things to destroy the brand, because all of you are just evil people. And then when this thing blew up, when the lady realized I have messed up. Now guess what she does? She comes out to apologize to this guy. Oh guys, I'm doing jokes. You guys don't know jokes. I was just having fun. This is content. Imagine shooting content, that type of content, claiming that this guy is, you call it a deadbeat father, so that you can actually destroy everything this guy has built. At that moment in time she was doing that live, she did not care about anything this guy has built over time. She was reacting and overreacting to her emotions. And because she's so empty and lonely, she wanted to trend. She wanted validation. She did. But after she did, she realized, oh, I have messed up. Now she has to come and apologize on live and say, you know what, I am sorry guys, you guys overreacted. I didn't even mean to destroy his career and his brand. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, ooh. What was the aim for you doing that? You wanted to trend, right? So this is a very, very useless idea. Useless things. I got my baby, and I've seen ladies taking it overboard and doing crazy things. We understand you have a baby daddy, but you see, we attract who we are. But that's not a story for tonight. A story for tonight is, regardless of your religion, of the school you've attended, of your education level, of how informed you are, spiritual battles will be won by spiritual battles, by spiritual aspects of solutions. There is no spiritual battle that can be won by a psychiatrist. You will walk into and out of psychologists and psychiatrists of consultation rooms, and nothing is going to change. Because all they will do is, they will just write you medication. They have been conditioned to write medications. They use a DSM-5 form to know what you're suffering from. They ask you questions, and as you answer, they make a conclusion. Now they make you believe you are depressed, and actually you become depressed. And what is next? Antidepressants. And there are people called medical representatives. They are going all around these hospitals and these psychiatry houses, and whatever they are doing is to tell these psychiatrists to push this drug. They actually say, Daktari, sukuma hii dawa. Those of you who don't understand Swahili, sukuma means push this drug. So there's a new drug in town, purportedly used to treat depression. And now apparently everybody is turning positive for depression. Everybody is turning positive for depression because there's a new drug for depression in the market. So everybody is now depressed, just the same way they did for cholesterol. They simply lowered the threshold for cholesterol from 240 all the way to 200. And now a lot of people became diagnosed of positive for cholesterol, high cholesterol levels. And now all of them had to be given the new drug in town that was called atorvastatin. So some of our actually most of our problems are actually orchestrated by us. So you think a psychologist is going to solve problems that are coming from inside you by giving you a medication and a prescription. You will take the most expensive antipsychotics, the most expensive antidepressants, you will even get more depressed, because I've told you multiple times, antidepressants cause depression. You will take antidepressants as a man, you will have erectile dysfunction. Is that not depression? You will have gut problems. That is more depression, because you cannot synthesize amino acids, you cannot synthesize the neurotransmitters that are supposed to give you the elated mood. Now you're depressed. And now they make you convinced that you are actually depressed. Once they convince you are depressed, you will always be depressed, because you've allowed them. So actually depression is you allowing people to tell you are depressed. You accept the identity of your thoughts. That's why I tell you, you are not your thoughts. Separate yourself from that nonsense. Antidepressants are killing people more than they're actually helping. Your doctor gives you antidepressants, you go and feed yourself and become very fat, or the antipsychotics, you start having suicidal thoughts in your head, and you're thinking, maybe it's because I'm depressed, that's why I'm having suicidal thoughts. No. Suicidal thoughts are actually side effects of antidepressants. So you think there's somebody who is coming to take you out of your depression state. Look at the reason why you're depressed, that you don't have a job. Why don't you create one? You went to school to study, to just come back and tell us you can work well under pressure. Yeah? You went to school to study, to come back and tell us, you know what, I can sell this medication. I can just do 2 times 3 on a window. Now you're depressed because somebody has told you you cannot do 2 times 3 on a window. Now you're depressed because you cannot carry a stethoscope and wear a white lab coat and work in a hospital. You're depressed because you don't have a job. Some of you, it's even better that you don't even have that job, because if you have that job, you're going to sit in that office from morning to evening just to get a salary at the end of the month. That's your excitement, nothing more. So you're actually depressed because you have an identity of money. Most of you don't like working. You love being in, you love your job, but you don't like working. So you're just at your yeah, do not confuse. There is a job and there is work. You people love having jobs, but you don't love working. Look at nurses slapping pregnant women in the wards. Look at fat nutritionists telling you about what to eat. Do they even love their work? They're just there for the job, for the salary, paycheck. So depression is actually you admitting that you don't need to do anything. And you think the world will care because you're depressed. You will actually suffer even more. Nature does not even care you're depressed. Your great-grandfather is even tossing in that grave, thinking that his lineage is actually depressed. Oh, I'm depressed because of a relationship. But you are not married, you are dating. Basically, you're having casual sex. So now you're depressed because somebody who was having casual sex with you has left you. If they decide to go, tell them, okay, do you want the children? Take the children with you. It's okay. Why are you attached to children? Why are you attached to somebody when you came alone and you live alone? I can assure you, you get depressed and die. You think people will miss you because there's nothing you actually build. So you've not left any value. You are designed to be here to create value and then go. Exist, create value and move so that other people will benefit from that value. But you come here and the only value you're creating is you're telling us you're depressed. You are not depressed. You have a messed up gut and you don't have an identity. You are so emotional. You overreact to emotions. And now you're telling us you're depressed. You're not. Who told you you're depressed? If you never read anywhere about depression, would you know you're depressed? Your great-grandfather will not afford depression because women are here. 9 women are here that are supposed to be provided for. Children are here. How would he be depressed? Yet there are animals here. Ng'ombe ziko hapa, there's chakula. He has to take the he has to go hunting. He has to go in the farm and make sure something has been brought to the table. Now look at you. You come from the rural areas. You've left land there. You've come to the urban setup because you're looking for a job. You don't like working. Kuna shamba mashambani huko. Why don't you work there? Why do you want a job instead of working? Now you come to the urban centers. You want to live a posh life. Look at the celebrities, how they're being depressed. Because they've posted an image that they have to maintain to you guys. And then you guys give them pressure. Pressure that is not even there. It's pressure that is coming from inside them. They should just readjust and move on. Like, who cares? The earlier you realize nobody cares, the better for you. We don't. The earlier you realize we don't care, the better for you. Because let me tell you this. Just because I'm Dr. Lewis, I walk in the streets and people are saying, hey, doc, doc, doc. Doc is a stupid title that was given to me by the government. It's a title that gives me ego. So at least call me Uncle Chile. Amazing. So ladies, drop that nonsense of saying, oh, useless things. You're saying useless things. Useless things. And yet you have a baby. Nature made you a woman. From a girl to a woman, and you're saying useless things. You're actually the useless one. If you call me doc, 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 hey, if you call me doc, I know that's manipulation. The same way I've told you, when somebody calls you a friend, I prefer to be the bad friend because I'll not come through for you. No. I am the bad friend. When you call somebody a friend, okay, when you call somebody a friend, you're actually trying to manipulate them. Hello? When you call somebody a friend, you're trying to manipulate them because you want them to behave in a way that pleases you. If they actually go against your wish or your wills or your expectations, you start holding them accountable by telling them, but Wesin Rafiki yangu, how did you end up smashing my boyfriend? So you're my friend. How did you end up doing this to me? How did you end up talking to my boss and making me get fired? Realize that people are just living their lives. Stop classifying people as friends. Classify people into 3 groups for you to be safe. Number 1, for you to lower your expectations, classify people into 3 groups. Group number 1, relatives. Relatives are people you are related to by blood. So the only thing that is binding you together is blood. These are people who don't like you. Yeah? Most of these people don't like you at all. If there was no blood, they will actually kill you. This is why in those family gatherings that you people go to every time, it's all about competition. I will stand and say, this is my daughter called Diana. Diana is a pharmacist. Oh, this other my other son. This one has studied in the US. Is now a lawyer. He's called my lord nowadays. So it's all about ego. And as I'm doing that, I am scanning who else is doing better than me in that family. Those WhatsApp groups that you have at your cousin's WhatsApp group, all that you do in those WhatsApp groups is to compare who is doing better. Ladies are there comparing. Oh, you know, I have 2 children. Oh, I am now a grandmother because my daughter here got married to the lawyer there, and they have 2 children. Very bouncing baby boys that I call my grandchildren. And there is somebody in that group who is infertile. Now she's thinking, ai, Uzo alipata watoto wawili na mimi sijazaa na niko 38. Uzo ulizaa 22. Ego everywhere. Ego everywhere. And then you say family gathering. Which gathering? That's a gathering of evil people trying to exercise their ego on each other. Very useless gatherings. They want to know how your children are doing. How is she doing? Which car is he buying? How is he living? What is his job? That's the only thing that goes on there. That's why they're in that group. Once they know that, they can actually leave that group. So number one are relatives, including your siblings. They don't like you because parents have made siblings hate each other. Parents compare siblings. Just because I am a doctor and my brother is a teacher, he's seen as a lesser human being. So now I become the one who makes the rules, and my brothers have to follow these rules. Useless parents. Evil parents. You want to succeed through your children because you failed, so you want to succeed through your children. That is ego. Ego. So one is relatives. You're related by blood. Number two, they are called people you know. People you know. Colleagues, workmates, partners in business, and all that. They're just people you know. Well, that's group number two. And these are the largest. People you know. Most of the people on your contact list are just people you know. They don't even care about you. They will actually comment on your status when you post it. They don't even care about you. When they see your status, hey, because you want validation. Now you bought a car and you posted. All of them are there talking to you. Today you've posted a photo that you put on a dress and you've shown some thighs. All those people you know will come into your inbox. They want a piece of that flesh. They want a piece of that thigh. Oh, you've shown some biceps. Ladies that you know want that piece of that bicep. They're thinking that if this guy holds me in a certain way, I'll feel better. So they're thinking their feelings are actually dictated by the external environment. Weird. Those are people you know. The last group of people are what we call family. So you have relatives, you have people you know, and you have family. Now, some of the people you know are willing to stand by you in all difficult times. So they become family. And that's why you realize that most of the people you know are the ones that actually come through for you and are the ones that actually boost you and make you a bigger person, a better person than your family members, than your relatives, sorry. So the people you know, some of them will be converted to become family. In that family, put your father there. Even if your mother is super emotional, put her there. But why did I start with the father? Because fathers are the ones that want the best for their children. You know very well your father wants the best for you. He's the only man that has positive intentions for you. Your mother can be bought. Because if I decide to come to your mother with some gifts, and then I tell your mother, you know what, I want this daughter of yours, she might fall for it and give me you. She will sell you out for a dera and for a bed sheet and for a good dress and good shoes. She will sell you out. She will even sell you out because I came in your boma with a BMW. She thinks now, you know what, my daughter is going to have a good future, so she sold you out. But fathers will know a beast when they see one. Fathers will know a beast because they are men. They know how men react. They can sense danger. And that's why fathers become number one on the list of people who are family. And they are not emotional. They provide insights as they come. So fathers are there. In your family, put father there. Put mother there. Comme ci, comme ça. And then put those guys who you know but can actually stand for you, and you will know them. There are very few. Maybe one or two who can actually come through for you. Put that guy that you have always trusted when you're doing business together. That guy that you call your friend, oh, this is my bestie. He's not your bestie. Disagree with him, you realize this one was just out. And there are things that when you do, this guy is out totally and he will never come back. So 3, relatives, people you know, and family. Now when you decide to label somebody your friend, you are manipulating them. You want them to behave in a certain way that pleases you. Unlearn. Unlearn. So if you're thinking, oh, Dr. Lazy is my friend, I am not. If I am your friend, I'm the worst friend because I'm not going to come through for you. I am a guy you know. If I decide to stand with you, I become your family if you choose to. I've had people saying, oh, you know what, you can choose friends, but you cannot choose family. Now I'm telling you, it's easy for you to choose a family. The only thing you cannot choose is your mother and your father. The rest, the relatives, substitute when necessary. You think your uncle likes you? You think your cousins like you? Your cousins are looking at you and they are thinking, because this male cousin is looking at this girl and thinking that if this one was not my cousin, I would lay her seriously. And cousins are laying each other nowadays. You know that? What a shame. So angry people are always thinking they can do better than they can actually do now. They are always convinced that they'll do better. So if you are here, you want to call us 0707 0707 2020 74. That's the number to call us through the office, through the studio contact. Or you can request to be a guest on TikTok. Let's have this conversation. Start calling in, start getting there. We need to have this conversation with you because it's a conversation for you guys. Now understand this, that you have 2 spirits that control you. So there's no way you have control over your anger, because when you start walking away from somebody that made you angry, you did not walk away from the anger. You walked away from the person, but you went with the anger. So if you realize that most of you, actually all of us, unless you work on yourself, that's why I always insist, work on yourself. Stop working on other people. Work on yourself to become better, so that you attract the circle that has the same identity as you. Okay? So those people, somebody who is angry, they will think that anger is natural, because the reason why I tell you this is because most times nikikuuliza, when I ask you, are you angry? You will always run away. You will tell me no, because you're thinking I'm asking you, do you have anger issues? So inside us, we have 2 spirits that actually control us. Therefore, don't ever think you have control over your anger. It is actually anger that is controlling you. Because listen to this. Inside you have 2 spirits. One is the spirit of good, the other one is the spirit of anger. One has to overtake the other. One has to supersede the other. And the one that supersedes the other controls you. So listen, when you were born, you had the spirit of good, light, perfect, no fear, no doubt, no concern. You didn't even think you love people. You didn't even care about tomorrow or yesterday. You are just living life and allowing life to happen naturally, right? And then you started overreacting to the environment. School started causing you to overreact. Your parents are the first people to make you overreact. So as you overreact to your parents and their emotions, you start going into a fallen state. You drop from your path into a fallen state. That is how you ended up adapting false identities from your parents. That's how you got convinced and conditioned by your parents that you need to live this type of way. You need to go to school, get a job. Once you get a job, become financially stable, marry, give us grandchildren. Some of your parents conditioned you to think that after getting a job, you have now to take care of them, which is another crazy idea. Black tax. So now you think you're obligated to provide for your parents just because they are aging. You're not designed to do that. Parents are supposed to make wealth for their grandchildren, so that they don't rely on their children. A good parent educates his children. Let me say a good father. A good father educates his children to become independent and self-reliant, not a retirement plan for him. But your fathers have done that. Your retirement plan, so you're obligated to send 10,000 every month. It was their responsibility to take you to school. Remember, you did not apply to be born. So it was the responsibility of your father to take you to school and make sure you are independent in thoughts, to overcome the false identities in thoughts and become independent as a human being, so that you can actually also do the same to your children. But your father took you to school so that he can actually exploit you when he's retired. An evil father. He did not understand the order of God. He distorted it. And now he made you to overreact to him, and you became emotional. Your mother was angry at your father because your father was weak. He did not know how to deal with your mother because his mother messed him up. He has an identity of his mother. So he did not understand how to deal with your mother. That's why men are being told out here, you know what? When you're out here, you're a beast. But at home, you look like a lion that has been rained on. Uko chini ya mwamba. Men are told that all the time because they don't even know how to deal with the woman they have in the house because they always have their mothers in their hearts. They are carrying their mothers inside them, and they ended up attracting a woman who is exactly like their mothers. And because they are afraid of their mothers, they're also afraid of their wives. They cannot lead their wives. Oh, there's a gospel artist who is very good at singing, very talented. But you can easily see how manipulated he is. He was totally looking for love from a woman. Now he got his mother. And he will defend that with all he has in the media. Because he's emotional. You can easily see when he's asked questions about that woman, how he behaves. Oh, he's just waiting for what? So I'm actually wondering, how can you be saved? How can you know God and still become angry? So you went into a fallen state, and until you work on yourself to overcome that fallen state, the anger in you, you will always be angry and you will blame other people or other things for your anger. You know, other things help you exercise your anger. No human being or nothing in this world can make you angry. When you become angry and blame others, simply know you have anger inside you. People and things just help you to exercise your anger. Understand that. So it's you who has anger. Nothing can trigger you. Oh, my husband triggered me, my friends triggered me. No, you have anger and they help you exercise your anger. Because if you did not have the anger, you will not get angry. How can you get angry without anger? Impossible. So then how did you end up having anger? When you are born without anger, you are taught to be angry. You are taught to live life in a certain way, and all through your life you've been fighting to live that way. You've been conditioned by your mother and your father that you must get married, you must have this type of life, you must lead this way. And then your pastor told you, you must be this type of person, you must fast and pray, you must do these things and these things. So you are conditioned and you become that conditioning. And the more you live in that conditioning, the more you will suffer until you wake up from that conditioning. Oh, you're evil. You will see hell. And that hell, and you see what? For you to see heaven, you must know hell. Hello? For you to see heaven, you must know hell. And heaven is in your heart, and hell is in your heart. So if you don't have perfect peace, start looking within. When you look within, you realize, oh, okay, so I am the problem. What do I do? Fix the problem. Overcome the anger by forgiving your mother because she conditioned you to be a mini version of herself. Overcome your anger by forgiving your father because he allowed your mother to recondition you into her own model. Once you've done that, you reconnect with the spirit of your father. You become one. And now, it becomes easier for you to see the bigger picture. You'll not see things this way. You'll see things this way. Most of you are always seeing things in this narrow direction. As they converge, you want to see things the broader way as they diverge. And that one you cannot see if you still have anger. You must overcome anger by forgiving those who taught you anger. And that is your mother, and that is your father who allowed it to happen. Amazing. Any questions? Any questions? So the spirit of anger tells you that anger is natural. It tells you anger is natural. Everybody has anger. So you're okay having anger. That is the spirit of evil convincing you through your thoughts. Number 2, the spirit of anger sends you to a psychiatrist who will give you more medication to condition you even further. And because they're also angry, they also have failed marriages, they also are in their own hell, they love it when you're in hell with them. The spirit of anger will lie to you that, you know what, if you have anger, you can channel it into success. That if you've been heartbroken by a man or a woman, you simply convert that anger into success so that one day they look at you and realize they made a mistake. Listen, nobody cares. You can be heartbroken today with a woman and tomorrow she marries a billionaire and she lives happily ever after. You are the one who will suffer. Yeah? You are the one who will suffer. And most men, they have one woman in their head, a woman who broke them so badly. So they are always trying to prove a point to that woman in their head. Everything they are doing is for the sake of proving a point to this woman in their head. Oh, you go to the gym to lift muscle so that you become fit, so that women get to attract. And you see masculinity coaches are teaching men how to become better to attract women. That's a waste of time. Teach men how to become better, to better the society they are living in, not to attract women. So you've told this guy, you know what, you are left because you are fat. So this guy goes to the gym to become thin, to attract women, instead of living healthy. How many of you men, you've been left by a woman, and at that moment in time you thought you were the better one, and then this woman moved on and became the best version of herself? How many? A lot of you. How many women you've been left by a man who made you a mother? Now you're calling yourself a single mother, and the only reason why you're coming out to speak against him is because he's making it, and you're realizing, oh, you know what, I cannot allow him to make it without me. He must come and be here with me. You're evil. How many of you? So as long as somebody fixes themselves, as long as somebody is constantly working on themselves to become a better person, they will become a better person, whether you like it or you not. Doesn't matter. You cannot hold on somebody who actually knows the order of God, somebody who knows his responsibility. You will never hold them back. Allow me to take this conversation to the next level. So most of you are suffering from things that you can actually control. Things that you have control over. Amazing. As long as you have anger, you cannot make any right decision, because you're making that decision in darkness. You will not find the right job or the right work to do. You will not find the right marriage. You will not find the right career. You will not find anything. You will not make any right decision, because you're making it from a fallen state. Therefore, the fallen state dictates you, and you do what it dictates. Anger is controlling you. Fear is controlling you. Fear of getting broke and being poor. Fear of actually how people will see you is the one that is actually making you get depressed because you don't have a job. It's not you who is getting depressed. No. It is people who are actually convincing you have to get depressed because you don't have a job. And we need you to have a job to actually brag to us that you have a job. Yes, Gatemi.
Hello, Uncle Chile.
Hello, how are you?
It is well.
Amazing.
I'm learning and learning. You've cut me, sliced me.
It's like I'm just talking to you directly.
Oh my goodness. Oh yes.
Yeah.
You're touching here, and then I'm like, oh my God, that is me. That is me. But
yeah,
I'm glad to be here and learning.
Amazing, amazing. Welcome on board.
Thank you so much. You touched on helping, and I wanted to ask. So if I see somebody who is in need, like a relative,
yes,
I would say like my nephew, my niece, and they're in dire need. So should I help them or not?
Ah, good one.
Like in matters, education, because you can see this is a talent that is being wasted, and you know.
Imagine this, Gatimi.
You just feel like you really want to help.
Imagine this, Gatimi, that you have not fixed yourself, right? That's why you realize I'm actually appealing to you directly. And then you and then you have not fixed you, but you want to fix other people. Is that not ego?
Well,
you see that?
I don't know. I didn't know it was ego.
Exactly.
I thought it was compassion.
Once you just drop the emotion, you will see the bigger picture. Because if you see somebody suffering, it means you thinking you're doing better, so you can actually help, right?
I would say yes and no.
The answer is yes. Because how did you know they're suffering?
Because like someone is out of school for 2 years, and you can clearly see that your family member is not able to do it.
Okay.
And you just feel like you want to step in because, you know, this is a child. Is getting to those levels of locking themselves in a house, you know, and you just feel like, let me do it.
Did they come to you to ask for help?
No, they didn't.
Amazing. So why are you helping when they did not ask for your help? What if they're in the best position where they are? That's why they did not ask for it. Because if they were suffering, if they were suffering, they would actually come to you and tell you, you know what, we are suffering and we need you to help us. But you decided, you know what, these people are suffering. So you passed judgment already that they are suffering, so I must come in. You see that?
He didn't come to me directly, but he used his mother to talk to me initially to help him where I can.
So they came to you, right?
Yes.
That makes sense. If somebody comes to you and asks for you to help, that means they're actually suffering, because when you're suffering, you will not die. You must find help. And in your suffering, that's when you see light. That's when you have to seek God. So yes, they came to you. That has no problem. But imagine you are walking in a street and you see somebody across the street. Possibly you start thinking that this person is homeless, and this. Do you know there are people who beg as a career?
I know.
Yeah, so when you look at somebody who is begging for a career and you're thinking, this one is a beggar, let me help him. You're actually promoting his career. So this guy might have the largest investments. Yeah, this guy might have the biggest investment than you have. So if any case, you are the one who needs help from him. But you've passed judgment because he has come begging. You're thinking, you know what? I am in a better position, so I have to help. That is ego.
Yeah, so that much I know.
Exactly. So unless somebody comes to you to ask for help, you are not Jesus. You did not come here to save anybody. Save yourself. And then when you save yourself, you'll get the revelation from that spirit of good on what to do, and you'll do the right thing.
Okay.
You understand that?
I do understand, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Helping me know that I only have today, or rather not even today, here and now.
Yes.
I really used to struggle with tomorrow, what will happen, the future, will I get this, the other, and it would drain the peace and the joy from me. But now I live here and now.
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you so much for letting me know that.
Amazing, amazing, because the power is in now. You don't have tomorrow, you don't have yesterday. Imagine, God did not design you to bring you here to judge you. So why are you judging yourself through your own thoughts? You're thinking you have a past, so I am suffering now because I did something in the past. Imagine those useless thoughts. And this is the devil trying to control you through your imagination. So if you overcome your imagination, that is the purest state that you'll ever be in. You'll not worry about people, you'll not think you care, you'll not have fear, you'll not have doubt, you'll not be lonely. But most people are so lonely. They even get in a marriage thinking that their loneliness will disappear once they are married. And now they realize they're so lonely inside a marriage. And now they resent their husbands and they become just like their husbands. So emotions everywhere. So there is no tomorrow, there is no yesterday. All that is in your imagination. There is no ambition, there is no future. You have now. Do what you can do now. And if God gives you the grace to live tomorrow, you will actually have lived a better day today.
Amen. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Amazing. Amazing. All of us live in that state. All of us have constantly lived in the future because somebody lied to you. You know what? The future is bright. Or the youth are the presidents of the future. Which future? Have you not realized you are told that from the time you are young? Have you not realized you are told that the world is ending from the day you are young, and until now you are still waiting for the same world to end? There was a time we were told there was a stone that will come from up here and press all of us down here, and it was supposed to happen in September 2022, I think so. And I was like, acha niokoke sahi. Ndio hiyo mawe ikikuja. Ladies and gentlemen, 0707-2020-74 is the number to call us if you're on YouTube. What is ego, Uncle Chile? Ego is the feeling that makes you think that you're better than others. Ego is the nature of evil. Ego is the reason why you will sit back and think you love people when you don't even have love because you don't have God in you. Ego is the time you start overthinking things. Ego is the reason why you expect things from people because you're thinking I deserve better. You love somebody and you want them to love you back just because you love them. Waste of your space. Ego and anger are hand in hand. Ego and anger are hand in hand. Now listen to the examples of ego. I've just told you one, and the anger. I've told you one, the one that ladies were trending with, that useless things I got to my baby. Number one, did you see in Kenya, there's a pastor who sodomized another pastor. Did you see that story? And you're still telling me God is in church nowadays. Which church? You are better off with the church that is inside you. Your heart is where God lives. Fix that, and you'll have heaven here. Your heaven is here, but you must be self-aware. You must be aware of yourself. So start by knowing yourself. Once you know yourself, you'll know you're in hell. And then God will shine light to you. So you must know hell for you to know heaven. And your hell is in your heart. Anger is your hell. And your heaven is in your heart. Perfect peace is your heaven. Oh, you'll not identify with anything. So there's a pastor who sodomized another pastor. And I really wonder how men became so weak. Like you as a pastor, you allow another pastor to sodomize you, and then you come complaining on the media. How weak are you as a man? How weak are you as a man that one man can actually remove your trousers and sodomize you, and then you come complaining on the media? This is why somebody asked me here if I know martial arts. Sir, I don't know, it's called wood fit. That's the reason why you should actually make sure that you make it happen out here. Teach men how to know how to defend themselves. Imagine a whole man coming out and pushing emotions. I'm like, aye. So you allowed him to sodomize you, and then you've gone silent. So today you're getting a chance to come and say it on somebody's live, and now every person on that live is there sympathizing. Oh, that was so bad. And I'm looking at them and saying, a whole man coming and bending me over and getting inside me. How? Hata kuwa mraba minne. You guys joke a lot. You guys joke a lot. If a man can actually sodomize you, that means a man can actually spank your wife as you're busy watching and saying, wachana na bibi yangu, wachana, and making these gestures that are crazy. Wachana na watoto wangu, mbona unapiga watoto wangu? Wewe. Men should go back to being men. There's no way a man can actually remove your trousers and sodomize you, and then you never press charges. And then you never even fight for yourself. Were you raped? If you're raped, why did you not go for police service and get where? So put emotions aside. You people are always on those lives with emotions. Oh, that is so bad, and you made that story trend. I'm like, guys, what, are we not the same people? Gyms nowadays have these people who sodomize people every time. We have gay people in the gym, don't we? Don't we? You have women who are crazy in the churches, but they are singing in the praise and worship, don't we? There was a story that actually trended back then that was the Catholic priest who actually sodomized children in an orphanage. Don't we remember that? So we are thinking we are better people, now we are passing judgment. Huh? Where? So one priest in Nakuru sodomizes somebody, another one in Nairobi sodomizes another pastor. That's where God is. You saw the other time there's a lot of 20 police people or 40 policemen guarding the church. Where God is supposed to be, now we have to guard it with people. How weak is our God that now he needs security from human beings? How weak is that God? Mutumish, pastor. So one, sodomy. Yeah? Two, impose your will on your children. Parents, as you impose your will on your children and you try to remodel them into your own image, that is ego, that is anger. You must overcome it. You cannot raise children when you're emotional. Listen, you will never raise children in a right way when you're emotional. The order of God, God above men, men above women, women above children. Anything against that order, problems in children. So men receive love from God and then they share the love to the women and women to the children. Then the other way around is respect and submission. So therefore, you don't expect a woman to love a man. It's the man who shares this love from God to the woman and to the children. So do not remodel your children into your own image and do not impose your identity into your children. Do not also succeed through your children, because just because you did not become a nurse, now you want your children to become nurses or doctors. Now that you want this family, there must be a doctor in my family. Yeah? The Obundes must be Obundes. There must be a doctor in Obunde family. Now your child will become that doctor, yes. But the process of becoming that doctor, there are the children who are actually smoking weed in campus, having sex all over in campus with all that, and they don't understand anything. Now they will come out here and they will kill you. You forced your child to go into a medical school. He came out of it to just kill you with the medication. And then you're thinking, oh, you know what, other doctors don't understand. My son is a doctor. And your son is loading you with drugs for diabetes when he knows they cannot heal you. Fix you before you fix your children. Another one, blocking your children from seeing their fathers. If you ever block your child as a woman from seeing their biological father, you are a problem. Also, if you've been married more than 5 times, you just get into this marriage, you get out. You get into another marriage, you're thinking that marriage is going to solve your problems. You are the problem to the marriage. You can't fail twice and still think you can actually make it. No, change the course. Get out of that marriage, take care of your children. Because when you bring in another man, when you have children, this man is going to take your attention from the children. Even men who are actually raising children. If you bring a woman in, your attention for your children goes to the woman now. They have to share their attention. And you know children don't like that. Look at the cases where stepchildren have killed their stepfathers. Or children have killed their stepfathers. I don't believe in the stepfathers. Because you say that you're the father, you're not the father. Period. So children have killed those people who pretend to be their stepfathers. And a man, when he's coming to a woman, he doesn't come to you to become the father of your children. He comes to you because he has seen a beautiful woman. So the moment you introduce the children to him, this guy becomes another beast. He's thinking about how to lay you and disappear. I'm telling you the truth, and you can take it to the bank. The moment you start pushing, because you see, no man wants to come second to anything. Because they know. So the moment you start, immediately you meet this guy, before you have a conversation, you already introduced, you know what, I'm a single mother. The moment you use that word, even single mother, and you're a single word, just tell him, you know what, I am a mother, period. He will see sense in you, but you're saying I'm a single mother. He's thinking, but where another man failed, can I survive? Will I survive? If anything happens to this child, what will happen? It means that if there's a choice between the two, I will end up choosing my child over this man. Now, what man wants to invest in you totally, 101%, only for you to make a decision, you know what, I'm living with my son and you can be with your own things there. So sometimes, ladies, be very careful when you're making choices. Fix yourself, because when you fix yourself, it's easy for you to attract who you are. So if you end up bringing in a man, he will understand his responsibility. But because you're chasing, you're actually trying to find a stepfather to your children before a boyfriend or before a man. You are looking for a stepfather before a husband. That is the one reason why you are introducing yourself as a mother to this guy, as a single mother to this guy. Because your intention with this guy is not true. You don't want this guy to be there. You want this guy to actually take care of what you have. So when a man senses that, problems. Yeah, and this will get you so upset, but this is the truth. The moment you bring in something else that was not in the conversation, I prefer you have the conversation, you get to know each other, and then later on you can introduce that story. But you from the word go, oh, you know, I'm a single mother. This guy is like, where? Single mother. And this guy will buy even those shoes that actually zinawaka, zikipiga nduru. Those shoes, you know those shoes? He will buy these shoes for your son or your daughter to earn your legs. Once he has earned the legs, you start telling him, hey, no, may change. Hey, si ume change sana. You are not this way. Si ume change. You've made the wrong mistake for the 13th time. Yeah? So do not stop your children from seeing their biological father. Allow them, because from that they will not resent you. They will not become as emotional as you. They will not make irrational decisions as you. Okay? Good. Another problem, most happens with women actually, going off at your house help. Now you hired somebody to come in and do your chores, and now you are unable to stand them. You are shouting at your house help. This same house help treats your husband with a lot of respect, because she knows that your husband is the one who is paying her salary. So the husband is being a provider. And you there with your noises, instead of correcting her in an appropriate way, you are shouting at her. And you want to tell me that you can shout at a house help and not shout at your children. That is anger in you. That anger does not choose. It only waits for a chance to expose itself. So now it's getting out because the maid is actually making it come out. Now I'm starting to think, did I make the right decision? So if you came here and this is your chores and you are unable to do them, you decided to bring in a maid, and now you are unable to stand this maid, what are your choices? Are you making decisions? And of course, you cannot make the right decisions in a fallen state. Always. So stop going off at your maid and your children. Fix your anger and emotions. You become a better person. You will know how to handle situations as they come, because you'll get revelations from above. Another one, loneliness. And this loneliness is the reason why you'll end up having 5 marriages that are all failed. Most of you are so lonely because inside you have nothing. And I'll put you to a test. That person that you think you're dating or you're in a relationship with, ask them one question. I've told you this before. Ask them, hey, baby, you know, babe. After the experience of the sex and you guys are now having these pillow talks, ask that guy, even if it's your husband, What value do you think I bring to your life? Hello? Ask your partner. Si ni partner wako? Si ni companion? You don't fear them. You love them with all you have. Ask them, baby, what do you think is the value that I add to your life? Allow them to say everything they want to say. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, emotional stability. Oh, I pray for you. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then ask them, what is the value that you bring to my life? That is the moment you realize the woman you've been dating has nothing between her ears. That the man you're dating totally doesn't understand the basics of a man. But you've been dating him for how long again? Hello? How long? Backbench. This is your man, your companion, right? What value did he add to your life? You ask him, because he knows the value that he brings on, right? So sit back and wait. Hey. But do not ask these questions if you've not fixed your emotions, because you'll be surprised. Hey. Even with me being a professor, this is the choice I made. Somebody who has nothing between the ears. You settle for the organ only. What is between the legs and not between the ears? Tawe. Mundere. Tawe. Suwe. Tawe. And then come and tell me, doctor, you know, I am now a divorcee. So we might have new divorcees now. More problems. Good. Another ego and another problem, or anger, suicidal thoughts and depression. Suicidal thoughts and depression. If you're thinking of killing yourself, that is the spirit of evil. Do not identify with those thoughts. That's the spirit of evil trying to lie to you and control you through your imagination. It is telling you that you deserve better, that you deserve this type of life, that you deserve to be above other people. So if those other people are above you, you're now depressed. You're living a lie. You're living a lie. We will put you on antidepressants gladly, because you'll be there following the guidelines of depression. Amazing. If you have worry, if you have envy, if you have fear of anything, if you have doubt, and if you're a jealous person, ladies and gentlemen, oh, you know what? When I love somebody, I'm very jealous. Baby, are you jealous? Yes. When I love somebody, I am very jealous. Jealousy is a sign of insecurity and inadequacy. Fix you. Because nothing from outside can make you jealous. It is inside you. And you've become so possessive because this person provided a shield that made you think that they are providing a father figure. So you possessed them. And when you possess somebody, you become just like them. They will torment you, they will control you because you have their identities. So jealousy is an evil spirit inside you. Do not allow it. Do not tell me that it's natural for a woman to be jealous. It's natural for a woman to overthink. It's natural for me to overreact. As long as I will apologize. Out. You are naturally angry and you're empty. And your insecurities are actually making you think you can possess a human being. You cannot. Look at it this way. How has that jealousy helped you so far? How has it even changed that relationship? Huh? Hello? Another one. If you're a tribal person, looking at people because of their race, looking at people because of their tribes. Oh, you know, us Kikuyus don't marry Luos. Oh, you know, as Luyas, we will only marry our own Luyas. You are a waste of space. Your father would have retained that semen. Because you're looking at somebody, instead of thinking that God actually created you to be equal. If you're a child, you don't even know this is a Kikuyu. You don't know this is a Kamba. You don't know this is brown or white. All you know is we are people and you're humans. That is how you're supposed to live your life. But immediately you start thinking racism, sexism. Start thinking, the other one that women were being killed. What was it? Oh, femicide. Now I see androcide. Was it androcide for men? If you ever find yourself taking sides and joining these isms, sides and all that, you are actually so angry, and people have provided a chance for you to exercise your anger. You tell me up to now, what went on with the femicide movement that was funded 100 million? What went on? What is the report that has actually come from that? If there is a woman who is a nominated senator in Kenya, has a billboard along, is it Kenyatta Avenue or whatever, has a whole billboard, and she's advocating for rights of girls and pads in Kenya. The same woman was voting for yes for the bill that was actually raising the taxes on sanitary pads. Huh? A woman with a whole billboard in Nairobi, and you people don't ask questions. A nominated senator telling me, oh, you know what, I need support. This is an organization that supplies sanitary pads to children who are unable to purchase these sanitary pads. Ladies, girls, and who in schools. And the same woman sits in parliament and goes ahead and votes yes to increase taxes on sanitary pads. And we are there clapping for her. Oh, you know what, huyu omogusi, oh, wetu, huyu ni wetu omogusi. Huyu ni wetu. She's the same one standing on the front line, taking photos of receiving the funds from the government to fund the femicide movement. Then you dress in t-shirts. Now you're moving on the street saying, oh, femicide, avoid femicides. You have a lot of time to waste, right? Fix you. Because if you fix you, you'll attract who you are. So now you're taking sides. You've been pushed to take sides, and you're thinking that's the better side. The moment you took that side, you became evil. The moment you thought that I have to, and by the way, for men, it is so unnatural. Hey, amazing, thank you. It is so unnatural to look up to another man. Hello, people who have role models. Listen, it is so unnatural for a man. Imagine a whole grown up man looking up to another man instead of looking up to God. I have a role model. My role model is this. So you want to become second to somebody. You are not designed to be second to anybody. If any case, why do you have a role model? Yet you are your own role model in the present. So when you are here now, that is the richest you'll ever be. That is the brightest you'll ever be. So who told you that this person has to inspire you? You are supposed to be inspired by God. So seek ye first the kingdom of God and his truth or righteousness, and the rest shall be added unto you. Therefore you will not need a role model, because you are enough. Hallelujah, brethren. Hallelujah, brethren. So anytime you find you've made a mistake, and then you go ahead and shout, and now you have to apologize, look at it this way. You will apologize and still do it again over and over. That tells you you've never overcome your anger. You're still the same angry person. Unlearn. So ladies and gentlemen, 0707-2020-74 is our number. You can actually make a call to us. Let's have this conversation, because I know most of you will still tell me, oh, Dr. You know, I was listening to that live and you said this. I did not get it clearly. Say it now, because there's somebody just like you who wants to say the same thing. Say it now. We fix it now, we move. We find another topic, we address it in the next live, we move. So ladies and gentlemen, on 25th of this month, that is Tuesday, from Tuesday all the way to the 5th of April, we'll be in Nairobi. So we'll hold back on these talks, these lives. We'll be in Nairobi for 2 weeks for our physical consultations. Come one, come two, come all, come the family. Refer people to us. We change their lives for the better. Bring that conversation in that conversation corner, because that is not a consultation room. That is a conversations corner. You know better if you've been there. Those of you who have joined my weight loss programs, you know how it's going. Super, super, super duper, nothing but just awesomeness. Okay, use the office contact to actually talk to us through WhatsApp. That contact is 0707-0747-22. Use that contact to book an appointment with us, whether an online or a physical consultation. We will attend to you when you're scheduled. It's amazing to have conversation with Uncle Chile and Dr. Lewis. Those are two individuals, right? Thank you, Mickey, for pinning it there for us. Anybody who has decided to like this live, anybody who has shared this live, anybody who has sent us gifts, and those M-Pesa messages that you actually send to us, Maze, we say thank you so much. You guys are an amazing audience. Amazing. So as I finish this up, let me give you the solutions to these things. Work on yourself. Work on you. Keep working on you. Okay? I will finish this. We'll have about 2-3 people calling in, or people coming in as guests on TikTok, and then we finish it up. So listen, these are the solutions, because it's a waste of time us talking about it without providing solutions. Number one, you can be free if you want to. You can be free if you want to. It's just you who is holding yourself. You're your own enemy. And the demon is in your head. So stop listening to your thoughts. Forgive so that God can actually forgive you. But forgive your mother for actually bringing you up or raising you and remodeling you into her own image. Forgive your father for allowing your mother to remodel you into her own image that made you emotional. Because it's the role of the father to protect a child from the emotions and anger that are coming from the mother. So start by forgiving your mother for remodeling you into her own image. And then forgive your father for his weakness, allowing this to happen, and not being able to be there to guide you and to show leadership. Once you do that, God will take that burden of anger off you, God will forgive you, and you'll start seeing things in a different angle. Okay? And then, you have always been free. This is the most amazing part. You have always been free. Your problem is, you have been constantly listening to your thoughts. And then thoughts have actually put you into captivity. That's why he says, bring your thoughts into captivity. And then stay still and know God. So as you pray and you make those noise and you pray in tongues and you lift your hands up and go and fast on the mountains, you are wasting a lot of time, because that is you trying to practice what you read in the Bible or in the Quran. The reality is your freedom is inside you, and you have been free all the way. That God does not judge you, that he did not create you to judge you. He understands you, that you are suffering, you are in your own health, so he sees that, but he is always willing to actually come to aid. Only that you are not listening, or you're not giving him a chance to do that, because you're constantly in your thoughts. Immediately you drop the ideas you know about God, that's when he comes in to serve you. So those people who think they know God, immediately you have an idea of who God is. You don't know God, because you have actually remodeled God into your own image. These are things that you will not get in church, because you allow somebody to make scriptures for you, read the scriptures to you, and then give you hope, sell you hope. And then you pay him for selling you hope. It's time for you to walk out of that church and come here for fellowship. Because here, we give you real life situations. We help you overcome anger. We don't force you to do this, we don't impose it to you, but we recommend it to you. You can do whatever you want, but we recommend that you do that. And once you do that, you will see perfect peace. So get out of that fallen state. Get out of the darkness. Come into light, because where there's light, there's everything. But in your dark state, you cannot make right decisions. And the weird part is, when you're in the dark, you might think that is your light. When you're in the dark, you might think that is your light. So you know nothing about the light. But it's very good that you be in the fallen state, because you must know hell for you to know heaven. You must know hell in your heart. You must go through pain and suffering, so that you can actually come out of it, die from the evil nature, and then resurrect in the good. And you become the best version of yourself. This is 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗦, and this is Identity Fridays, the fellowship. Work on you. Stay still. God will manifest. Allow life to just show itself out. Do not overthink. Do not think about the future, because you have none. Stay present. And then do a silent prayer, because the silent prayer will make sure that you maintain yourself in that state. You will get surprised of how much you've been knowing. You will be surprised of how free you've been all along. But the devil has always kept you in captivity. So free those thoughts by doing a silent prayer in the morning and in the evening. Amazing, right? Let's have conversations here. There's somebody who has come in. Let's talk to this person. If you have a question on YouTube, you can type it there. I'll read it. And once I read it, I interpret it for you. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗦𝗥, better late than never. Says K. Amazing. Karibu sana says. Harmony Igaduli. Hello. How are you? Kekeli, what's ego? I've answered that question. Zembi the Queen, how are you? Yes, Mickey.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? How are you?
I'm well.
Talk to me. Well. Talk to me. You are live on air.
My question is about, you've said that we're supposed to categorize people in three, is it types of something?
3 groups.
Family, relatives, and yes.
And people you know.
Family, relatives, and people you know.
Yes.
Whatever the people you know, I'm here for the family.
Okay.
Who is the family?
Family 1, we said, is your father, and komsi komsa, your mother, because women are still emotional, so they're still standing in between people you know and family. But your father is number 1 on that list of family. And number two is the people you know. There are people in that group or that category of people you know that will actually come through for you in the time of need. They'll be there. They are willing to support your journey and make you successful in terms of knowing God without having to demand anything in return. These are people who will stand for you, like literally. So you'll be lucky to find that in a spouse. That becomes family. So actually, most people who are family are not your relatives, except your father.
No. And children?
No, but they are children. Is that not part of your family? Children is actually part of your family. That's it. But you see, again, your children, you're related by blood, so they can actually be relatives. Now, if you want to know if you want to know how to classify children, you must know yourself better. You must be aware of yourself. You must overcome the nature of evil, and now you teach your children to overcome the nature of evil and anger, and now they become family. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we supposed to please our family or do what is good for every one of us? Like, but you do your thing, I do my own.
No, you're not doing anything for anybody. You're doing anything for you, everything for you. Like, you came alone, you live alone. Don't attach yourself to people or things. Like, you fix you. Forgive those people that you raised. Forgive your mother for remodeling you into her own image. Forgive your father for allowing this, because that's a weakness from his side. Once you do that, you become pure. You have the spirit of good. Now, that spirit will actually reveal to you what to do. So you'll not rely on people to advise you. Like right now, you're relying on me to advise you. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm only supposed to shed light so that you see the light and you follow the light. So once you forgive, you overcome the evil spirit in you and the anger and the doubt, the fear. You become pure, you become full and complete. And once you do that, the revelations that will come through that identity will guide you on how to live your life. Therefore, you live a righteous life.
Oh, okay. My question is answered.
Amazing. Amazing. That's a good question, right? Because the moment you're still thinking you can solve, you can fix other people. Remember, we said that's one form of ego, right? When you think you can solve problems that are actually happening in other people's lives, when you've not fixed yourself. You see, by you seeing the need that other people are actually experiencing problems, that tells you you are on the fallen side. You must come back from it by forgiving the people that you resent. That's amazing. Oh, guys, you should come this side and just see. You will not care about yesterday. Imagine living a life that you don't even care what will happen the next minute. Do you think a bird, as it's speaking this worm, do you think it's thinking that I will not be satisfied with this worm, so I have to find another worm? No. The bird just picks the worm and keeps on flying. The cow just eats this grass and keeps on moving. It doesn't care if there will be napier grass. No, it doesn't. Yes, leave it. Leave fit.
Oh, yes, Daktari. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
All is well, Daktari.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome on board, brother. You're alive on air.
The devil within.
The devil within.
The demon himself.
My friend, he's in your head. Yeah?
So I have this question.
Yes.
You mentioned something about these people who go to the gym to lift weights to impress women.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
Amazing. Now listen. The gym was designed to mimic activities that we used to do that we no longer do. So the gym came in to step in squatting, bending, pulling, pushing, farming, and all those activities that you used to do that will aid your daily life, that nowadays we've become so sedentary we don't do anymore. So that's the reason why we have a gym.
Yeah.
The gym is not to come there and to pig and duru at your aerobics, you are skipping and doing all these things, making noise. No. And then now people go to the gym for the wrong reasons. One, people want to go to the gym to just build muscles. Now, you remind me if your grandfather went to the farm to build muscles. Did he?
No.
Yes, he went there so that he can actually create something that will actually be sustainable to his family. So now we go to the gym with the wrong impression. That's why we don't even have a schedule in the gym. We rely on a trainer. That's why if somebody has not come to the gym or your partner is not in the gym, you will not train. That's why you go there and take photos to get validation when you post those photos. So we are going to the gym with the wrong impression. You're supposed to go to the gym with the intention of mimicking activities that you would have done if you're that traditional man. And through that, you maintain or you go for longevity, and then you maintain muscle mass so that you don't get taken away by conditions and these opportunistic infections. So the gym was designed to build you character, make you stronger, and then build you muscles over fat. Because nowadays we just fat, so we go to lose fat in the gym. So when you have that mindset, you'll go to the gym and do the right thing. You'll not be scared that you've trained for 3 months, you've not seen muscles, now you have to go and take protein shakes. No. You'll not think that I'm going to the gym so that I can actually lift heavy so that ladies can come to me. Listen, you lift heavy and the same lady you are chasing will be chasing somebody with a pot belly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going there for the wrong reasons and we have to change that.
And secondly,
yes,
you talked about this lady who was cloud chasing with somebody's name out there.
Yes.
And they have normalized this thing, and to some extent I feel they have an evil mindset.
Yes. It's not even about how you feel, it's the reality, brother. 99.99% of human beings are evil, and when you have anger inside you, you are willing to destroy anything that you think is actually doing better than you. So when you have that mindset, you will destroy even yourself. You see, she has just destroyed herself because she thought she was going to trend and then become this content creator that everybody will want to listen to, because she's a content creator. So content creation has actually become one way of seeking validation, because inside us we are very inadequate and very empty. So if you look at the story clearly and you look at her and you go to the background, you realize there are a lot of gaps that she's trying to fill by getting validation from the external people. Her problem is inside, but she thinks that the media will give her the validation. She got the validation, but she realized she has actually messed up. That's why she came to apologize. But you see, she's apologizing, but she still has the same evil spirit, so she'll do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one is a no.
Lastly, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
There's a time I posted something on my WhatsApp status. It was just about the gym.
Yes.
And there are some people who were attacking me. They were saying, "Well, maisha yako inabo, maisha yako ibambi."
Yes.
So what's your take on these people?
Why are they concerned about your life? It's your life. Why don't they live theirs?
And they are ladies actually. And they were ladies actually.
Why don't they live their life? Let me tell you, 90% of ladies live a very boring life. If they're not talking about men, they're having the gossip, and the gossip is still about men. If they're not talking about fashion and who dresses better, there's nothing they're talking about apart from just gossip and all that. So allow them to just suffer in their own hell. Yeah, you did not do it for them. You allow them to suffer in their own hell. Yeah. And let me tell you this for free. Most ladies out here are dating very weak men, or they are married to very weak men who cannot provide, men who are not fit physically. So they want to project that to other men, the anger to other men, and that's just a weird part. So you suffered in the hands of a woman who actually was portraying her anger that came from the boyfriend. You see, a lot of women are dressing very slutty out here. And the moment I see a woman dressing slutty or overreacting to things, I simply know there's no man in her life. Either there was a weak father, or the husband or boyfriend is another weak male. So yeah, allow them to just suffer.
And she's in a fallen state.
Yeah, allow them to suffer.
She's in a fallen state.
Until they fix the inside world, they will never become better. Allow them to suffer.
Yeah, thank you, Daktari.
You're welcome, sir. Pia naye baba. Shukran sana, bro. Keep spreading the love. Keep spreading the love. Amazing. Amazing. If you see a lady dressed in a slutty way, and this lady has a boyfriend, even if she's holding on that boyfriend's arm, you simply know that is a male. This one is a caretaker. Yeah? His chance is about to go over. He's being used as, you call them destiny connectors. Yeah? A stepping stone to my new man. And that's why you see, they will provide this man on the internet, and the next time they're saying, here is her new boyfriend. Her new. There's always a new. Eh? Her next new. We are even waiting for the next new. Once we see a new, we are saying, let's wait for the next new. Because you're seeking validation, and when you put your relationship out there, when you put your emotions out there, that person is not the problem. The problem is inside you. So this one just helped you to expose your emotions. And now you realize, I didn't have to even comment. Now the devil will be louder in your ears telling you, you didn't have to say that, delete that text, or go and apologize. So you'll apologize and you'll feel good. You see, you're feeling good. It's not a reality. Once you feel good, the next mistake is coming, because you're chasing a thrill. Okay? You're chasing a thrill constantly. And when you're chasing thrills, you are going to suffer all your life. A thrill Chase sex, you get the sex, it is not satisfactory, you're still masturbating. So you have sex and at the same time you are masturbating. It is not satisfactory until you get hit by erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. That's when you come back. Oh, doc, you know, I was a masturbator. I've just dropped masturbating. And I'm like, you dropped masturbating when? I think it's been 7 days. I'm like, Allah, okay. Yes, this is who? This is Icon Auto.
Habari yako, doc?
Mungu ni mwema, how are you?
I'm fine.
How do you know you're fine?
I am okay. I just have a question, yeah?
Hey, you read? Okay, go ahead with your question.
So, I'm Nico asthmatic.
Okay.
And a family doctor akaniambia sipo kutumia prednisolone for a long period kwa sababu in future it can make you be diabetic. Is it true?
One of the things that I advise my clients is to separate themselves from their own thoughts. Imagine you taking an identity of a disease. I am asthmatic. So the next time you'll be telling me my asthma. You've actually taken the identity of a disease. Instead of saying I was diagnosed with asthma, you're saying I am asthmatic. So how can you get out of that hell? It is true, yes, prednisolone will cause the liver to produce glucose, and that glucose might end up taking you into hyperglycemia, and that is diabetes. That is true. But you can heal asthma without having to use medication. Simply go on my YouTube channel, Health and Wellness Sport, and search asthma. There's a whole video that will help you recover from asthma.
Okay, shukran.
Amazing. That is one of the mistakes that we do. We always identify with the disease. Oh, my ulcers. Oh, my diabetes. I am diabetic. I am hypertensive. Why? Who is that I? Don't identify with your thoughts. Okay? And there's no special or special thing that has been imposed on doctors to simply look at you and sense, you know what, this is how we treat this person. Do not identify with the diseases. Walk out of your thoughts. That's the first time you heal. Is it evil? This is who? 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗥𝗢𝗟. Is it evil to forgive someone for a very hurtful deed? Are there forgivable deeds? Now listen, thank you so much for that question, Melin. A very valid question. Human beings are incapable of forgiving. Human beings cannot forgive. It's God who forgives. However, you must show God that you're actually getting this person out of your path, that you can actually get your forgiveness. So God says, forgive so that I actually forgive you. What he's saying is, do not show ego. You see, when, let's say, somebody raped you, right? And then you go to this person, and then because you have a lot of anger about him, and then somebody has advised you, go and forgive them. And then you go and tell them, you know what, you raped me, and I've been feeling bad about it, and I forgive you. You see, that is ego. That is not forgiveness. That is ego. Because you're trying to show him he was the bad person and you were the best person, so now he did the wrong things to you. Yet, you're also in a fallen state. You didn't even know what was wrong and what was right. So the right way to actually go and get forgiveness or forgive so that God forgives you is to go and tell this person, you know what? I have realized that along the way, I have been resenting you for no good reason. Yes, whatever happened, happened, and inside me it has made me to resent you. And now that I've seen light, I have realized I am at fault to resent you, so I apologize. Listen to that. This is a very dangerous statement because, you see, he raped you, so you're thinking you're the better person. But you have actually accepted that I am also a person who has actually played God by actually resenting his people. So I admit that, hey God, I am tired of resenting your people. So I'm going to actually remove this resentment and overcome their identities. Because when somebody rapes you, when you become angry at anybody, you have adapted their identity, so they can easily control you. When you resent somebody, they can easily control you. Like when you drop a marriage, you divorce, and then you hate your husband for that. And then this husband comes one day and tells you, you know, you're the worst person I ever had sex with. You'll become so angry. So you've allowed him to control you. So don't hand over that power. So you go to this person and tell him, you know what? Along the way, because of what happened in our past, I have realized I've been resenting you for no good reason. I apologize. Realized, one, you've played with his psychology. You've actually shown him that, you know what, maybe you're the better person. And number two, you've not played God because you've realized that I am one who is at fault because I resented this person. This person did not want to rape me. He was controlled by the spirit that was inside him. You see? So people are controlled by the spirits that are inside them. So you cannot judge a person for doing a wrong deed or right deeds. They are controlled by what is inside them. If you have a wrong spirit, it controls you to do the evil things. So once you know, you see the light, you will understand that they were doing that in a fallen state. They could not help themselves. So when you're going to them, you're not going with the ego that you can forgive them. You cannot forgive. You go and apologize for resenting them. And now God takes the anger out of you, and he fills you back with love. And now you let them go. You will release their identities, and life will become easier for you. That's how you do it. So yes, there are things that God can forgive. Actually, God forgives everything and everyone. The only problem is, do not go and think you're God so that you can actually forgive. You're going to release their false identities. Thank you so much for sending me the roses. Okay, so you're going to release the false identities of these people. You're not going to forgive them. You cannot forgive. You're not God. God is the one who forgives. And how does God forgive? He takes that anger, that emotion, that insecurity out of you, and that resentment. And then now you have perfect peace. You will not care about what happened yesterday because you are raped in the past. So it's gone. It's not there. It's now in your imagination. So you're going to release those imaginative minds and that false identity in your head that is actually controlling you to become angry. So you must apologize for resenting the one who raped you. Okay, yes, this makes people so emotional. At, oh, you know, I cannot do that because he raped me. He's supposed to come and apologize to me. Realize this, that a person cannot come to apologize to you when they have ego and when they are in a fallen state. They don't even know what they are doing. So therefore you face them because it's you who is suffering by resenting them. And you realize resenting people is a mistake, and God does not like you resenting people. That's why you're suffering. That's why you have all the memories. That's why it's tormenting you. So you go and ease up that torment and that suffering by actually apologizing to them for resenting them. So you tell them, you know what, whatever happened, happened, and I know now that I realize you couldn't help yourself, I have realized I was wrong to resent you. I apologize. Look at that, beautiful, very composed. And now whatever they say should be none of your business. Because you might go there to actually take your identity from them, and they will tell you the things that you don't want to hear. So somebody will tell you, so you've gone to somebody and tell them, I forgive you for your rape because you raped me, and then he tells you, I will rape you again. Or he tries to even rape you again. Now you become even more angry. But you want to do away with the anger, so you've become more angry. You see that? But when you go and apologize for resenting them, once you've actually melted them down, they cannot even react to it. And number two, you've shown God that I'm not playing you anymore. I'm tired of playing you. So therefore, I want you to forgive me, God. So he takes the burden out of you. You become a superhuman being. That is what I call perfect peace. Thank you, Kekeli. Hey. Doc, don't you think it's unfair to kill animals for food? They deserve a chance to live. Amazing, right? 5'6". Hey. First of all, 5'6", find a name, because when you have a name, that identifies you. Okay, that is one. Number two, right now you're being controlled by your own imaginations. Yeah, so you're in your imaginations. So you want us to just die because animals deserve a chance to live. Even the plants deserve a chance to live. And God gave you a brain to use that brain. Do you realize, even however much we have lions in the bush, the antelopes will never go extinct? Do you realize that? So the lions, however much they are giving birth, they will never supersede the population of antelopes, because antelopes are giving birth faster than the lions. That is common sense. So don't be so much into your intellect, because intellect is blocking you from seeing common sense. Intellect is evil, common sense is godly. So drop that emotion. Okay? Drop that emotion, because you're arguing from a center of being a vegetarian and all that. Drop that emotion, fix your anger, you will see things in a bigger perspective. You will see things broadly. You will understand an antelope can give birth twice in a year, but a lion can only give birth once in about 3 or 5 years. Yeah, so this is a balance, this is nature. Okay? Yeah, so don't be emotional about it. Eat meat, make it fatty. Doc, you should now write a book on this. We shall appreciate. Collins, that is a very big one, actually. And you see, that's a vote of confidence. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Memory, how do you help a child that has gone through an attempted rape experience from a family member? Listen, you cannot help people with when you've not helped yourself. We exist to create impact and go. Your role is not to fix children. Your role is to fix yourself. So forgive your mother for remodeling you into her own image. Forgive your father for allowing that to happen. Once you do that, you will get the revelation. So you don't have to ask the question. The revelations will come to you. You will realize you don't even care about that child. Right now you think you care because you're emotional. You realize you don't even care because all of us are in a fallen state. So you'll actually fix the generations to come by actually getting your own identity. And now you can teach your children how not to take advantage of others. You see that? Yeah, but if you sit there and you think, oh, I need to help this. Who told you can help them? Do you think if God did not come in to help that child when they were being raped, who are you? Hello? Memory. Imagine God allowed it to happen. And you as a human being in a fallen state, you're thinking that's an evil thing. Are there things you've done that you will not want people to actually know because they will judge you? Of course they are. So therefore you're not a better human being. And you will see rape as a problem. You will see sodomy as a problem. But you will not see envy as a problem. You will not see jealousy as a problem. So you fix you and you allow other things to happen. You are in the world but not of the world. So whatever happens in the world is none of your business. Whatever happens inside you is your business. I hope I answered that correctly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we can call it a night. Is there anybody here I've left out? Nobody. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being this. Oh, difference between bitterness and anger, they're the same. You see, there's one house of evil, the evil spirit, and then we have the demons coming from this house. You work on destroying the house and let the demons just disappear because they don't have a home. But if you focus on different goals, on different demons, you're wasting time. Because look at it this way. Just the same way the health institutions are actually fixing diabetes, hypertension, cancer, arthritis, and asthma differently, but they are forgetting these things are coming from the kitchen. Instead of them telling you how to fix the kitchen so that the symptoms of a bad kitchen disappear, they will allow you to eat that bad food so that they can actually fix symptoms differently. That's them expanding the business for pharmaceutical companies. You see that? So do not ever focus on the symptoms. Focus on the house that is actually producing these demons. Once you destroy the house, the demons just go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a patient and an amazing audience this night. We've done 2 hours and 1 minute. That was amazing. How do you cushion kids as a father from their mothers? Oh, this is a good question. Demetra, how do you cushion kids as a father from the mother's emotions? One, you must be self-aware. You must know yourself better. As a father, you must know yourself better. One, that is one. Number two, you must know God, because when you know God and you've forgiven your mother, you've forgiven your father, now you can make rational decisions because you've seen light, and that's you knowing God. You will understand the order of God, that God above men, men above women, and women above children. And you will know everything has to come from the father through the mother to the children, including love. And that's how you start to protect the children. Now, you will not be able to protect the children because it's God's role to protect the children. What you'll do is, you will teach their mothers how to raise your children. You see that? When you teach a woman how to raise your children, that becomes easier for her to raise your children in a way that God wants. Because God instructed you, and you instructed the woman, and the woman raised your children in a way that you was instructed by God. So they will be raised in a way that actually pleases God. So your role is to do that. Know God, know yourself. Once you do that, overcome anger. Once you overcome anger, you will be easy. You will release the spirit of your mother. That means you'll be able to deal with the woman that you're actually having. You see that? Amazing, Demetra. That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Do I have to apologize to the person who did the wrong, who did me wrong personally, or can I do just in there? God says, "Go and forgive." Go. He doesn't say forgive in your heart or think you've forgiven. That is the devil trying to tell you, do not go, because he wants you to be in this captivity. He doesn't want you to release yourself, because you see, if you are afraid of somebody, you resent them. Most of us are afraid of our mothers. So when I tell you resent your mother, you say, no, I don't resent my mother. I love my mother. And then I tell you, go and apologize to her for resenting her. You are unable to do that because you're afraid of her. So that tells you resent her. So when you're afraid of something, you are actually an evil person. You must overcome that fear, because fear is the nature of evil. So the devil tries to bring you here, trying to lie to you, do not go and do this. Because when you go and do that, you release him. He doesn't want to die in you. So you must face those that you resent to overcome them. Face your fears. I have a question, but I can't seem to get up as a guest. Why don't you just request to be a guest, Daisy? We have a minute. We'll give you a minute to request. Request to be a guest for a minute. I'll just pick you intentionally and then we move. Hi guys, join the Telegram. Yes, Kekeli, thank you for that. Guys, there's a Telegram platform called Health and Wellness Sport. Simply go on that Telegram platform, join it. Let's have these conversations there. Every single day, every single time. Let's encourage each other to fast. Let's eat healthy there. Let's share ideas. Let's teach each other about health and how to fix identities. You will never regret that platform. Oh, you can't. You can't. I wanted this, Daisy, please. If you can do that, I have a minute. So we'll give you about 30 seconds to come in. If you don't come in, it will disappear. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much, Safi. I appreciate that. Can one send a text message if you are far from your parents, or that that does not work. It doesn't work. Simply do a video call if you're far. Benjamin, do a video call so that you actually face them. Because the idea is, do you see how men behave on a text message? Men will chase a woman so confidently on a text message, but they cannot face the same woman and tell her the same things that they've actually been saying. They are afraid of their mothers, therefore they are afraid of women they want to date because they end up attracting their mothers. So if you send a text message, you are a keyboard warrior. You are not different from somebody who is actually a keyboard warrior. So you need to face your fears to overcome them. Go and face your mother, overcome her. Go and face your father, overcome him. Once you do that, you realize you've been free all along. But what is actually holding you from doing that is the nature of evil. Trying to convince you through your mind, you know what, there's an easier way around it. Oh, you know what, don't do it. You will upset your mother. All that. No, don't do that. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. One, I have a platform on YouTube called Health and Wellness Sport, a very important platform. Go and subscribe to that YouTube. I have this platform called 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗦 or Identity Fridays on YouTube again. Go and subscribe to it. Imagine the type of information you're missing. I understand this better. So I actually hope that you can actually understand it better than me. So go there and subscribe to this platform to support us. I have physical consultations coming in to Nairobi on 25th of this month. That is Tuesday, all the way to the 5th of April. Book an appointment with us through that office contact 0707 07 47 22. 0707 07 47 22. Use WhatsApp to book an appointment on that platform. We have weight loss programs that run every month. It starts every 15th or the 15th of every month. Use that to join in and just subscribe into those programs so that you can actually lose weight. We teach you a lot of things about identities, about diets and nutrition, about weight loss and how to maintain the lost weight, about exercise and all this. And again, we help you review your medications and all that and chronic conditions. So it's just a platform that you totally need to join and just enjoy it, okay? Those of you who are on TikTok, thank you for liking my live. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for the gifts. Please follow us on that platform. That's Health and Wellness Sport. We want to get to 300,000. We actually rely on you. So do the thing. Follow us so that we can actually grow bigger and better. Now we'll take a break until we come out of the physical consultations. So thank you so much. Keep praying for us. We will pray for you. We hope that when we come back, we'll be bigger, better, stronger. And you know what? Our role will always be following the three things that we follow, the three principles, CPD, consistency, patience, and discipline. That is one. Number two, our theme for this year is always stay present. Always stay present. So CPD, constantly staying present. Amazing. This is Dr. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗥𝗢𝗧, aka Uncle Chile. It has been amazing having you for the last 2 hours. I pray that you have a good night. See you.